Welcome back to the channel everyone. So today's video topic is access modifiers. But before starting today's video, I suggest you guys that if you have not watched my previous videos of packages and inheritance, then please go and check out that videos first, because before knowing the access modifiers, you need to know about packages and inheritance. Okay, so let's begin our today's video, which is focused on access modifiers. Okay, so what is this access modifiers? So basically access modifiers is used to define the scope of a particular member. Now that member can be a class, method or a variable. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you can say access modifiers or access specifiers. Now there are four access modifiers in Java. One is public, then private, then protected, and then default. Now this default means if you do not specify any of these access modifier, it will consider by default as a default. Now default means you do not need to write this keyword default. If you do not specify any of access modifier, it will consider automatically as a default. Okay, and these access modifiers can be used with classes, variables and methods. Okay, now before jumping to the example, first understand this table, because this table give complete information of these four access modifier. So let's begin with the first access modifier, private here. So private member can be accessible in the same class. Okay, yes, we can access private member in the same class, but we cannot access private member in any of other classes. Like we cannot access private member in subclass of same package, we cannot access in non subclass of same package, and it is but obvious that if we cannot access in same package, we cannot access in different package. Okay, so it private member can only accessible in the same class. Now then come to the default. Now if you do not specify any access modifier, it will take or it will consider as a default, right? So default can be accessible in the same class, default can be accessible in the subclass of same package, then default can be accessible in non subclass but the package must be same, and default cannot accessible in different packages. Okay, then come to the protected here. So this protected is basically focused on the inheritance. So protected can be accessible in same class, then protected member can be accessible in the subclass of same package, then protected member can be accessible in non subclass of same package, and protected member can also be accessible in the subclass of different package. Okay, we can access the protected member in different package, but we have to use the concept of inheritance there. Okay, and we cannot access the protected in non subclass in different package. Okay, and the last one is public. So public is accessible in all kind of situations in the same class, subclass, non subclass or different packages. Okay, so this is the public, we can access public anywhere. Okay, so now let's see the example. So here we have example. So in my previous video of inheritance, I have already explained this entire example. So let's continue with this example. Okay, so let's say we have integer age here in this person class, right? And as you can see here, I have not specified any access modifier here, right? So it will consider as a default. But if I specify here private, okay, before writing anything, let's first run the program and see the output. Okay, so as you can see, we have output here name Rahul, age 20 and enrollment 101, and name Rahul, because as you can see here we have called two methods, details of student and details of person, right? Now okay, as you can see here, I have used the concept of inheritance, because I have created a student class and this student class inherits the properties of person class, right? So it can access the members of this person class. Okay, now let's say I write private here. Okay, so I have defined or declared these integer variable as a private. Okay, so because I have specified private access modifier here, it simply means now I cannot use this age outside the class. Okay, so as you can see here, I have used age in this student class, right? But student class extend person, but now I cannot access this age because I have specified private access modifier here. So let me run the program so that you guys can see the output. So as you can see, it throws an error which says age has private access in person, right? So this age line in this line which uses the age, it throws the error. Okay, so we cannot use age in other class because it is a private, and any member which declared as private, the scope of that member is within that class only. So the scope of private is in this class only. Okay, so let's cut this line. Now let's say if I write this age as protected here. So what protected means, I can use this protected using inheritance, right? If I extend this class, I can use this age, right? So if I run now this program, you can see, yes, we got the correct output, right? But let's say I create one more class here. I create one more class, and the class name is suppose teacher. Okay, the class name is suppose teacher, and now if I try to modify the value of age here, okay, our age is integer type and this is protected, and if I try to modify the value of age here, so as you can see, I have not extend the person class here. Okay, so that clearly means, that simply means I cannot modify this value because we have specified protected access modifier here. So what protected means, I can only use this age within the subclass. Okay, I can use in student, but I cannot use this age in teacher. So let me run this program now. So as you can see, it throws an error here. Okay, in this line it throws an error and identifier expected, right? So as you can see, the use of protected access modifier here. Okay, other is public, so public can accessible in anywhere, so I have not used that here. And default, if I do not specify any kind of access modifier, it will take by default as a default access modifier. Okay, so this is how we can use the access modifiers. Okay, so if you have any doubts in this video, you can ask me in the comment section below. If you do like the video, hit the like button and please subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. Thank you.